Hi guys, and today I'm going to share with you one of the I think the most cost-effective way to do lead generation. And this is a strategy, and I have discovered I think it's for a lot of people. If you are not ready for the paid ads, such as let's say you are not ready for paid Facebook ads, or you are not ready for paid Google ads, or SEO, etc. So this strategy will help you and generate leads for free. Not only generate leads for free, actually will help you make sales as well. Before I'm going to go into the strategy and also share with you tactics. I wanted to spend a bit of time to tell you the story, because once you understand how I learn it or how I earn this, and then you will be, I think you will value the strategy a bit more. So let's cut a long story in short. And pretty much I've been in the digital marketing for a long time, and so I remember just pretty much maybe a few years ago, and I was learning something called a sales funnel. So basically, and building another time I was really fascinated with how to run webinar and use webinar as a marketing strategy and to sell product or services. So and I've seen a lot of the marketers actually who are just running Facebook ads, and then they send the people to the webinar. So once I've done my webinar presentation, and I don't want to take the risk and spend the money on Facebook ads and then getting people to a webinar. Why? Is because I haven't tested my webinar presentation yet, so I'm not sure how many people will buy end of the webinar. And I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about as well. Let's say you have a webinar presentation, but you have never tested a webinar before, so you wanted to get some of the traffic for free and to test the webinar, to say if your webinar really works, and before running the paid ads and drive the traffic into it. So that is a struggle I've got at the time, and so I was looking for a way to do it at the time, and I was getting advice from one of the marketer, and he said you have to looking for where your target audience congregated. What I mean is so think about like who your target audience is and where they congregate. He give me one of the metaphors. Let's say if you want to sell Bible, and so if you want to sell Bible, where are you going to sell? And then I say, that would be church. Why? Because most of them, like a Christian or Catholic, and they congregate in the church. Basically, they gather in the church. And so if you want to sell Bible, and definitely you are going to sell a Bible in the church. So I said, then that totally makes sense. Then I say, if I'm going to find my target audience and where they congregate, then I said, okay, most of people actually on Facebook, but I don't want to run Facebook ads, like I said, and I'm to test my webinar yet. So if I run Facebook ads, and then I'm gonna have a problem, and the problem is I'm not sure if the webinar is gonna work, and so end up I'm gonna take the risk. So this is a strategy, and I use. I said, okay, most people congregate on Facebook, but I'm going to find out the people who are in the Facebook group, because if the people join the Facebook group, that means they have the interest of the topic. So I'm going to join a Facebook group, and then I'm going to, I'm going to target people from that way. So that's what I did. And so I joined the Facebook group, and then what I did is not only join the Facebook group, and also I build a relationship with my audience in that group. Then I put a lot of the content in that group, get people to know me, and then I get them out from that group. And after getting them out from that group, then I get them to attend my webinar. Then at the end of the webinar, I get them to purchase my program. And of course, when you listen to what I'm talking about, it may not make sense to you, but I'm gonna do like a screen share and say what I've done, and so you will have basically you will understand how it works and how you can apply this into your business as well. So I'm just going to do a screen share with you right now. Share screen. I'm going to share my entire window. Now I'm just gonna share the application window. I'm gonna share this one, the application windows. So as pretty much say, I'm just show you example. So if you are, let's say, give example. So if you are in the health and fitness world, and what you can do is health and fitness. If you just go to Facebook, there is a search bar on the top, and just search the health and fitness, and that just like I think sounds Facebook group there. And then second one is you just find the group and you want to join. I show you one of the group I joined, and this is one of the group I joined. So I can, pretty much I constantly post the a lot of the my workout in the group and get to know everyone. And also what I did is basically this was my post there. I also did it in just a few days ago, and I got people commenting, and I got engaging, a lot of engaging as well. Let's say 20 people likes, and so this is what I've been doing in that group. And but I'm just use this one as example. Actually, I'm not sell any fitness and health program, but I just wanted to use this as example. Say if you this can apply to any kind of other business as well. So second is let's say when you post in a group, and second I want to use is that when the people let's say comment or likes, what I need to do is this one. Let's say when the people comment and likes, I wanted to give you a bit of thing you can do, which is add them as a friend. That is one thing you can do. And so when you add them as a friend, and what you can do is, and you can just go to something called your Facebook, and there's something called a friend list. You can organize them into a list. This is what I've done. So I organize them into a list. So they say if the people who are the real estate agent, I'm just going to show you. So this is basically what I've done. So I put it then into a different list. And then what I can do in the future is I can, what I can do is in the future is I can invite them to my webinar in the future. And so when you add them as a friend, you can put it in the list. And the second I wanted to share with you is you have to optimize a profile, which means let's say when the people in one of your headline, and like I said, I have a call to action, get people to my website. My website actually is really optimizing, because when the people go to my website, and my website basically is a sales funnel, and people can register a webinar. So this is a webinar registration page. People can sign up for a webinar. So end of the then I get people into our webinar. And what happened is I use one of the tool called Webinar Jam. And there are many reasons why I use Webinar Jam, because one of the reasons is this tool is very powerful if you want to sell any product or services. Of course, there are some other tools cheaper than Webinar Jam, like Zoom, but they are not designed for webinar. And Webinar Jam is just one of the best software I have found out, and to run webinar and also to sell product or services using webinar. So I get people into webinar, and then I also, just the sales I made. And after the webinar, I'm just briefly, explain to you how it works. So this is basically the process. And so you find the groups, you just go to search bar and search, and then you join the group you really enjoy about it. Then I want to enjoy, then get them become friends. So add them become friends. Then you create something called a friend list. And the friend list, so let's go back to you. So when you add someone, you can get them to become friends. Then create a list, friend list. And once you create a friend list, then you invite them to your webinar. And once they attend your webinar, so basically you can use Webinar Jam to do it. That's why I highly suggest it. Then you make sales end up with a webinar. So this is how you can not only generate leads, but also how you can really make sales and use do the lead gen and use a Facebook group. And so I hope this helped you. And if you do have any other question, then let me know. I will be happy to share, to explain to you and how this works in detail. And Okay, so that's I will show you. I will talk to you in next lead gen, basically lead gen strategy marketing training class, and talk to you next time. Bye.